Alrighty, folks. Here we go again. So I dug around in the barn. I grabbed that other fuel tank that I said I had. It actually looks mint. It needs a little bit of cleaning inside, but it's basically just skunky old fuel. It's almost all evaporated, so you get a bit of that sludge. I don't know if I have a light here. You'll see. Look how clean that looks in there. Crazy, eh? So there's no holes. And essentially it's the exact same tank, other than it doesn't have these rust holes in it. And on the bottom here, probably one like right there, it has the fuel comes out the bottom instead of siphoning it off top. So being that I'm gonna be running a click-clack pump because the mechanical one's not working anyways, I think I'll just drill a hole, I'll run it down, and we can just have the fuel pump like right there, and then it can kind of push. We'll reuse a little bit of that fuel line, but we can kind of bring it over, probably tie it in close to the front here, or even attach it fully. No, we can't. I want to bypass that fuel pump because it's sort of leaking a little bit. Hold on a sec here. There we go. So right now, I just have the pump like coming in through the firewall or whatever. That's not a big deal, but this is the actual fuel line right now. But maybe I'll get myself a union and we'll just tie the two lines together and just leave the fuel pump there doing nothing. And yeah, that should work okay because I think I can pull. Should be enough line between what's going to the carb here and down there that we can put a union in there and get those working. So anyways, we're gonna do that really quick. I have to weld some nuts into here because where these straps go, both bolts broke. So we got to do that. Somewhere in that vicinity, we got to drill a hole. And I think it's over there. You can kind of see that light little indent over there. Maybe not, but anyways, we'll drill a hole. We can run that filler through. I'm going to spray something in the tank, just hopefully dissolve some more of that junk in there. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just throw this tank in. Like everything, to me, looks the same. Should be the same. Oh, even that's soft. Man, that's a nice tank. Don't know what it came out of. I'm glad I got it. Well, maybe this filler's a little different. But that's okay. We'll just use that one. No big deal. Cool. Let's spray something in here. We'll clean it up. I should test this to see that the fuel gauge works with this sending unit. This is like, look at that thing, eh? Look at that. It's got a gear on the bottom. There's all kinds of coolness going on with that, eh? Alrighty. Oh, well, yeah. Once we're done that, I think we are going to... Oh, I don't know that I want to do the window frame just yet. I'm not quite used to that welder yet. I think we'll start down here. We'll do the cab corners. This thing should be repaired, but it's not terrible yet. So we'll leave that one. But this side we're going to have to touch. We got to deal with this one. As cruddy as it is, we'll have to make a small patch sliver to go up and down. Just because of the voids that are in there. So that's our plan. Let's get those all going and then we can start doing some junky rust repair. That's turning into a whole lot of fail. I welded a couple, it started to turn out, and then they just broke. So I don't have a lot of spare hardware. I don't have like my my old bolt bin anymore. Just used spare bolts. So we're gonna have to go to option B, which is drilling those out. Unfortunately, that's gonna be the next step. Oh well, not too big of a deal. So last night, the fuel tank, I just threw a whole bunch of diesel in there, and it's just been soaking. So hopefully that'll break up whatever stuff is in there. You have Ryder over here working on one of our go-karts here, fixing it up, trying. We're doing the carb, and I think he's fighting with that right now. This one's a little more off-road capable than his. Anyways, I'm going to start drilling some holes, and hopefully we can clean out this fuel tank, which is, the plan is to clean it out. I just want to get that cleaned out, drill a hole, and then we can bolt that thing in there and see if it goes. I should hook up the fuel sending unit quick just to see if it reads properly. That'd be pretty awesome. If it can read this old unit. Anyways, this particular one would be cool because it does fit in the tank. So looks like it should work. We'll find out. So that equaled a whole lot of suck. We ended up having to drill and tap them, which is fine. So that part's done. Next we got to do is we're going to drill the bottom, because I think I'm just going to run that neck out the bottom like I said. Then I can quickly hook it to a click-clack pump. We have this thing full of diesel soaking, so we'll get that. I have it there, but I think I'm going to swish it out, and it is what it is at that point. Right, Pup? That thing's on hold because the carburetor is completely junk, so I've ordered one for there. Not a big deal. Get that out of the way. Yeah. We'll throw the other fuel tank out. I tested the sending unit, so that one is good. Works great with the gauge, so we're going to get that thing in place. All I got to do is steal the filler neck doodad off of this one because it's the right one for this truck, but I believe everything else is the same on there. So all I'm gonna do is actually cut this off because it's a tiny, well, whatever, I can repurpose this stuff down the road. So we'll cut that off, we'll get this neck off onto that tank, drain it, and get her into the truck. Seeing where it sits, I think this nub was in the back side here. Oh no, it was in the front. So it's gonna be the front. Front is the other side. All right, cool. So we will drill a random hole over there somewhere and find some rubber straps for it to sit on. All right, we learned a few things out of this experiment. One was the fill necks are different from the 50s trucks to these. I'm gonna put a light on for you. So these fill necks are different. So the way I resolved that was, well, I kind of bent stuff out of the way. All I did was I grabbed my crowbar and we just stabbed it in there and just pried and made it work. It's not perfect, but it's close. You can see there's a little bit of a crazy angle, but it's gonna flow fine. We got that all hooked up. I am gonna pull that fuel line through, so we have more fuel line to go to push me past the fuel pump. And then we can cut it underneath there, put a hose and a pump on it. Now have to wire it. I have right there, I want to get just a union and put this thing with this one, just to bypass the pump for now. If I ever wanted to run that pump, I just don't want to Mickey Mouse too much stuff. Yeah. All right, let's see if I got a union. Then, actually, I think that'll just stretch. I might be able to just cut that one underneath there and attach my pump. I just got one of these little, I call it a click-clack. We got one of those, and we will stuff a fuel filter in front of it. That one looks fine. So that's going to be our process. We'll lift it up and we'll just smash that all in there quick, and then I'll wire it up. All right. Let me see here. Oh, okay. Due to such cramped space, I didn't film much here, but anyways, we have our, I gotta put this on, our at the bottom of the tank, which I realize I still gotta put that clamp on. We go there to our filter. Our pump is here. We're just grounding to the pump. We are attached into the original fuel line, and from where the fuel feed was before, there's a nice grommet there, so we just ran the wire through. I just gotta hook that up. Unfortunately, over on the other side there, I don't have a union for the fuel line, so I guess we'll just, seeing how I don't have any of that, we'll kind of get started on my cab corner repairs. I think that's the game plan here. We'll start with these cab corners and then work our way to, again, I don't know that I want to touch this one just yet. It's bad, but it's not that bad. We're trying to retain the original look of the truck, so I don't want to go too crazy here. But we got to do that one for sure. And then this thing's pretty bad. I mean, we could leave stuff, but I would hear if a fella wanted to get it inspected, you'd be kind of hooped, and you need all this done. The other side, I'm a little questionable. I might have to fix that too, but for now, I'm going to leave it. The other ones, they go into the cab, so that's where the problem is. So from there, inside the cab, I'm just going to tack in a plate, and then we'll seal it just to lock the cab from the outside. But the reasoning for that is they don't want exhaust fumes to get into the cab. So these trucks here are normally like a double wall, so into this corner, which you can't see, but I can put my hand down and actually stick it through the bottom. So you can do the inner, the outer, or what I normally do is I'll just cap off the inside. You can do the outside just to look pretty, but then exhaust fumes can't get up into there. Yeah, I don't know if I just do that, I could leave it. Whatever, let's just fix it. Not a big deal. We don't, I don't have replacements, so we'll just make what we gotta make here. I'm a big believer in 2-3 wire for sheet metal. That's just me. I'm it's just, I don't know, it's what I've always done and liked. So when they sent me this welder, they sent me a roll of rollers for 2-3 as well. It's got I think it's 3.0, 3.5. It's what I currently have. I have 3.0 in here currently. You know what? This is probably going to be completely fine because I honestly don't like switching out wire all the time, but for now, that's how we're doing it. We're going to switch these out. So we're doing sheet metal for a little while here. So like I say, they did send me the rollers, so we got these. I don't think there's much to switch out other than the rollers, your wire, you're good to go. And then we'll see how this welder does. That must be all metric. Let's do that one. That's bigger, smaller. Is that smaller? It says 08. Oh no, that's smaller. Now you can just tell. The wheels show it. This one looks pretty big. Okay. Anyways. Clock that. Stick that on. Spin our wheel back on. Switch out our wire. Pick our roll. Make sure you don't let go of it so it spools everywhere. I always make sure it gets started good. Into said liner. I normally will unscrew this because I don't ever want it to get stuck in the tip. I fire up the machine, I crank my wire speed, and gotta plug the machine in first. I got this right. This doesn't seem right. I guess. It doesn't look like it lines up right. This to me makes more sense, but some of the wires are lined up straight. Let's do it that way. There we go. Peter, if I'm doing it wrong, let me know. You can already tell I have not read manuals. I just turn things on and go. Snug that up. I think we're good to go. All right. Well, we're still figuring stuff out, but it's working pretty good. Oh, still got a few more holes to go. It's not welding as flat as I want, but I think I'm figuring this out. There's a whole bunch of predetermined settings on it, and then you can just tweak them from there. I am starting to get a little more familiar with the welder, but until I'm ace at it, I'm not going to do anybody any disadvantages and say how it should or shouldn't work. But anyways, we got this. Not too bad. It's not perfect, but for what was here, it's much better. So we kind of made this piece. We stretched and shrank. We kind of did our little whammo there. Here I maybe would have bead rolled it, but I didn't have, so I just bent it on the brake. We kind of went to a fictional corner. It's a little wonky, but once we clean it up and put a little schmooze on it, it'll be good enough for what it is. I don't know if the other side's as bad, but we are jumping on the second side now. Oh yeah, no, this one's pretty easy. We've got, I mean, it's a little boogery there and here, but I don't know that I'll get into that too much. I think we'll just make a simple patch back here. We'll make a small patch for this part. Yeah. Well, I don't know. That doesn't dig into there, so I can't get into there, so whatever. We'll make a small patch here, small patch there. Oh, that's so much better. So much easier. Cool. All right. Let's pattern it up and make us a couple small patches here. Well, I'm much happier with these welds. They're looking a lot better than my first attempt. I realized what I did wrong. I didn't actually put... I had 2-3 wire, but I didn't change the tip. 2-3. I think that had a lot to do with it. And I'm starting to trust the settings on the welder. They're making sense to me. So anyways, on these welders, you have a bunch of presets. Let's see if this looks a little better for you here. There's a whole bunch of presets in there. So if you go to here, I'm running 2.5 wire, and I just select that, and then from here it kind of gives you a base voltage. So this is like whatever this is here, 0.27 inch. I don't know what that is in gauge. That's usually about what I'm running sheet metal right now, and right now this feels good, feels like it's right. You can always add or take away a little bit of voltage, but this is kind of, and same with the wire speed. See, once you start going up, it changes this thing here. So I'm kind of like 4.5, 4.1, I don't know, somewhere around there is what feels good for sheet metal here anyways. I'm gonna play with it some more, but I don't know. So far I'm pretty happy. It's working well. The welds aren't as flat as I want, but I can still tweak that. It's overall it's sticking good. That's all I care about. Anyways, we got this patch panel, this one done. It kind of blew out in the back here, so we kind of made a quick panel there. So we got that done. We're doing not too bad. Seems like a lot of farting around, but in reality, I don't have a lot of time into this. What do I have? I did both rockers. I don't know how... Well, this side's not as nice as the other side, which is kind of unfortunate. It looks different, way different, eh? When we schmooze it, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Yeah, I think it's just overall because the whole panel. Here, because I only did a small little patch. Whatever. I won't worry. I won't concern myself with it. It's fine. It's like way down there. You don't notice it. Anyways, we're going to do this one. I don't really want to wreck the edge. I want to be able to weld to the edge. So we're going to make just a small sliver piece that should go into here. At least that's my plan. If this just fails miserably, then we'll do something different. But I'll probably do that. Maybe I'll take this nut out because it's going to break for the fender adjustment. I do want to suck this in a little bit more because that door keeps hitting it. So we want to get her in a little bit tighter. But anyways, let's cut this edge off. We'll just do a vicious cut, and then we'll make a patch panel to go into it. That's kind of what I think I'm going to do here. Well, I'm pretty happy the way that turned out. Getting more comfortable with the welder. It just makes different noises than I'm used to, and I think it's that pre or something. There's a pre and after gas, and there's something with the settings. It's just different. I'm used to always using a Lincoln, right? So when you grab something different, it takes a little while to get used to it. Anyway, it just turned out great. A little off here, but you know what? For what the truck is, it'll be fine. I think we can sit in here. We can stretch this out a bit and get this to come in a little bit. Other than that, pretty happy. I think all we got to do now is, well, I don't have any paint. Nothing like this. I wish I did. But we pretty much just got to dress all the welds, and, well, I don't have any Bondo here, so I can't do much of any, we can't finish this thing yet. At least, not yet. Anyways, I'm going to go away and have a bite to eat, and then we'll come back and finish this thing up here. As much as we can do without any mud. Well, ground down. I'm pretty happy the way that came out. That was pretty good. Needs a little bit of massaging over here a bit, but overall, I'm pretty happy with it. Back here's okay. Still a little sharp here, but whatever. Look at the rest of the truck. It's fine. It'll be fine. This side I couldn't quite get into everywhere. Well, we got a die grind and all that jazz, so this one's pretty good. I guess this one is kind of sharp. I don't know. It's fine. Somebody sent me these discs. My goodness, they work awesome. It's like some fiber disc. I don't know. Man, they work really, really well. A Walter Flex Cut. It's crazy. It's like a grinding disc, but it doesn't seem to heat up like a grinding disc. I like it. Anyways, folks, I think this is as far as I am getting. I'm digging the welder. I'm getting used to it. Kind of walked you through a little bit of that. I don't know. It's doing a good job. I'm happy with it. I think the next round, we are going to get that windshield. Hopefully the windshield's in, and I can get that thing all welded in. We can get the windshield in. I think we just got to button up a little bit of electrical. We got to do that one little bit on the fuel line, and I think this thing's done. Outside, I do have a tailgate. I got a couple tailgates from him. They're not great, but they fit the rest of the truck. So I got to do that. I should be doing a floor too. So yeah, there's still a bit of work to do, but nothing major. Nothing too bad. But first things first, eh? We'll have to get the windshield in so the cab can be sealed up. We got to do that door hinge on here too. That thing is buggered. There is no pin left in that thing. This door just wants to play rough. That's for sure. Alrighty. Well, I guess for now, folks, that's where we're going to leave it. I want to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Later.